Hello, Capricorn. This is a general reading. I want to start by saying hello, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. And I just want to say this is a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it don't resonate, try your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. But other than that, let's get started. This is just like a general reading, just random messages that we can get from Spirit to help us with guidance with our life, right? We always could use a little bit more guidance. At least I know I do. I love me some more guidance. Always a fan of guidance, okay? Anyway, let's get right into it. All right, for Capricorn, what do they need to know at this time? General message, general guidance for Capricorn. Okay. All right. So we got 3 cards out. We got pivot, abundance, and pay attention. Ooh, I like all of that. Here, I'm trying to see how I want to lay it out. Not sure if I like that, but we'll see. Okay, we'll talk about it first. Okay, so pivot says, sometimes when things aren't falling into place, after trying and trying, it's time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way would be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? Oh, I like that a lot, actually. All right, and then I got abundance here. It says, you're being asked to open up to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you, Capricorn. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on the way. It's on the way, baby. Go on, start counting down. It's on the way. It's coming. And lastly, you got pay attention. It says, you're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. That's so interesting. And I feel like that's kind of matching up with that pivot. I feel like your abundance is on the way, but they're asking you to pivot, notice something, take care of something, be mindful of something. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of be up to you, but it feels like there's a need for you to pay attention so you can pivot and get to your abundance. Does that make sense? So, for instance, if you're noticing something specific, you see a lot of squirrels, you hear a lot of birds, I'll give you an example of mine right now. I've been hearing a crazy amount of screaming crows. Almost every single time I go outside, they're screaming nonstop to a point where I've been hearing screaming crows, and I've been hearing planes flying overhead over and over again, all day long at night. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm constantly hearing stuff. And I feel like those are signs. You get what I'm saying? I looked it up because I was curious. And so with the crows, it's like a warning sign, like something is about to take place, basically a warning, or you need to be mindful of something or to pay close attention to something even. And then with the planes, I didn't look this up, but I'm assuming with planes and hearing it over and over again, it means that there's momentum gaining or news coming in, information coming in, something happening. I have to look that one up because I actually don't know about that one. I'm just assuming. Anyway, Capricorn, so there's a need to pay close attention at this time so you can see what you need to do to pivot so you can get closer and closer to your abundance. You get what I'm saying? Okay, lastly, we're going to go ahead and pull some Moonology, and then we'll get into some tarot. All right, for Capricorn, general reading, what do they need to know? Capricorn, what do they need to know? Okay. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo at the bottom of the deck. And you got Emotions are running high. Yes. Yeah, this is quite an emotional time at this time. I feel like things are happening swiftly. Things are changing swiftly. And it feels almost like Spirit is asking you to, I heard put your high beams on. I don't know why. That's what I'm hearing. There's a need for you to put your high beams on, to pay close attention. There's something that's coming in, but it's like, I feel like because your emotions are running high, you might be missing it. Let's get one more. Could I have another Moonology for Capricorn, please, Spirit? One more. Okay. Luck is on your side, though. New moon in Sagittarius. All right, and this is a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. I like that a lot. Yes, that's beautiful. I love that. So there is a win-win outcome, right? Things are going to work in your favor. There's just a need for you to pay close attention to things and not let your emotions get the better of you, which is easier said than done, right? Sometimes it's like you think you can make it, you think you can do it, and then like something happens and you're just like, what the heck? Like, what do I do with this? What do I do? And that's fair. You know what I'm saying? So let's get some tarot to get some clarity. I hope you're enjoying this reading so far. This has been fun. Just general, just to see what else is out there, what else could be happening for you, Capricorn. I'm pulling out my Marvel deck for Capricorn. Summarizing reading. What's general messages? What's coming in for them? Okay. Okay. I got, the Star. I got the 8. Nope. That's the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. And then let me see. What else is coming in? General reading. What else is coming in for Capricorn? All right, one more. Thank you. Woo. Bottom of the deck, though, you got 4 of Swords. That is that rest, recuperation, allowing yourself to actually rest and take care of yourself, heal yourself. But let's see here what we got for your messages that are coming in for you for this general reading. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure everything looks like it's in. It looks like it's in to me. All right, so we got the Star, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. Beautiful energy, actually. So it feels like with that Star card, I really love that. That feels like the star of the show, the star of this reading, to be honest with you, is the Star is following your North Star, following your divine purpose, being able to overcome anything. The Star is also after the Tower, which means that it's after a breakdown, after things have crumbled to the ground, after things have shifted and changed, after a swift ending. You're propelling forward towards the light, towards something new. And it can be a card of really following that path of your divine purpose and really figuring out what your purpose in life is. It also is a card that is very spiritual, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your spirituality. It can be spiritual growth as well, but it also can be a card of you intuitively knowing where to go, intuitively getting downloads on where to go. But let's clarify. All right. Why the Star, Spirit? Thank you for the messages. We're so appreciative. All right. Oh! Didn't I say that the Star happens after the Tower? Okay, I just want to make sure I said that. Wow. And you got the Tower. Wow. That's insane to me. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you got the Hanged Man or the Hanged One. Pausing, surrender. Yeah, there's a need to surrender to a transformation, to a tearing down of a foundation. The situation might get quite emotional. You know what I'm saying? And this is not literal. This is like not hypothetical. Maybe it is hypothetical. This is like what I'm seeing. I see a lot of things in like metaphors and visuals. So what I'm seeing is a crumbling of a house and someone's standing in front of the house and they're crying and screaming because they don't want the house to be destroyed, but it's old, it's breaking down, and it's full of past lives, past situations, past, like, it don't feel good is what I'm saying. And they're crying and screaming because they don't want to have something new. They're afraid to have something new. They've gotten comfortable in that old creaky house that needs to be destroyed. But they're saying the star is right after that, right? That's a new house. That's a new opportunity. That's moving forward with what you got and actually creating something new from it. That's building back up the house that you always wanted. That's new and smells nice. Got new paint on it, baby. Got new furnitures. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm getting at this time. So I feel like something, it might abruptly change, shift, and it might make you quite emotional, but there is a win-win outcome. You won't see the outcome, but it's a guaranteed win-win outcome for you. All right. Next message is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is wondering if something is worth it, right? It's that pivot energy, really. It's you're trying and trying again. You're wondering, why is it not growing past the 7? What else do I need to do? What else do I need to provide, right? It is that energy of what else can I think of to make this thing grow? Let's see. Why the 7 of Pentacles for Capricorn? Yeah. All right. 6 of Wands. Okay. That's a victory. That's victory, success. So you are going to figure out your pivot. Look at that. King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. You're going to figure out what you need to do in order to pivot, succeed, and move forward. It just may take a bit of time. And you may have to actually really sit down and really evaluate and think about that thing. And I will say this. If you're in a moment or in a period of feeling stuck, unsure, and you're like, I don't really know how, like, where to go, how to make this happen. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to ask for guidance, ask for help. But you will be victorious. Like I said, win-win outcome. Guarantee win-win outcome. There's just a need for you to pay a little bit more close attention to something in order for you to get the actual abundance and success from it. You have to nurture it, is what I'm hearing. All right, your next message is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords can be a card of rushing towards your conviction, right? Rushing towards your goals, rushing towards success. But it also is a card of sometimes impulsively rushing. And sometimes it can even be you not having all the information, but you're the loudest one in the room screaming and telling everyone about your conviction when it's like you don't have all the information. Those are two sides of the same coin, but let's get some clarity about that Knight of Swords. Why the Knight of Swords for Capricorn? Why the Knight of Swords? Ooh, girl, that flew. Got the 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And you got the 9 of Wands, 2 of Cups. You're making a decision swiftly about something, a relationship or a partnership or something, making a decision. And I'm hearing I'm now all alone. 9 of Wands. You might have made a decision very quickly regarding a relationship, ending something. Ending a friendship, ending a love relationship. Some of you could have ended a marriage, ended a connection. And now you're looking back on it and you're like, I'm wounded, I'm tired, I'm sad. Interesting. Sorry, I got quiet, huh? I'm just really thinking. Wow. Sorry, I'm like kind of stuck in my head. Anyway. Okay, Capricorn. So what I was going to say was it feels like some of you could have ended a connection very swiftly. And now you're realizing that that decision you made has left you kind of alone. And it made you probably feel very... And that's honestly, it's crazy because we got the Tower here, right? A swift ending. A swift decision, a swift cutting. I'm here seeing a sword go shoo. And it's like now you're realizing, wow, I'm alone. I'm sad. I made that decision and I thought I had to do this or that. But now I feel very wounded and I'm tired. I don't feel like I'm enough. I don't feel great about myself. But there is a win-win outcome and a victory. And maybe you're contemplating whether or not you should have done that. Or maybe some of you could have left a job, right? A partnership. Some of you could have had a business together with someone and you just decided, you know, I don't want to do that anymore very swiftly. It feels like the decision you made was very quick. And now you're kind of wondering if you made the right decision. But there is victory here. You got the Star, you got the Six of Wands. It does feel like, and with the win-win outcome here with the full moon in Libra, it does feel like you made the right decision, but it might for a minute feel like you didn't make the right decision. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, I'm seeing a little bit of like that energy of, even though that person wasn't great for you, you're like wanting to go back because you don't want to be alone. You don't want to keep fighting alone. But just know that if you know you deserve more, don't allow yourself to stay in a situation that is not truly benefiting you. Okay? All right, last message is the Queen of Wands. I really like the Queen of Wands, actually. She does what she want to do. She don't care. She don't care. She does what she want to do. She's confident. She's bold. She's sexy. She's my flirty card. Honestly, she flirts with life. She enjoys the sun. She follows the sun. And she follows her desires and her passions. And it feels very much like you're going to be tapping into that type of energy. And I really like that. Let's see. For Capricorn, why the Queen of Wands? Why the Queen of Wands? Ooh. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're tired. Look at that. Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. That's a progression, though. That's a progression. And the thing about the Ten of Wands is they're about to put their burdens down and they're about to have a harvest and a good time. I don't know why, but I'm seeing someone who has their hair down, is wild, is fun, is free. You know what I mean? Wearing cute clothes, feeling hot, feeling sexy. And it's like once you put those things down that don't serve you anymore, and you allow yourself to heal, to grow, to put yourself back out there, you're going to see that everything happened for a reason, that you're glad that everything happened. It may take a minute, though, with that Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. It may take a minute for you to see it. It may take a minute for you to actually be okay. You might have to rest and heal, but once you get past it, you're going to be in a very prime, I'm hearing fertile. I'm in a very prime and fertile energy, okay, guys? So be careful out there. I just mean that it feels like you're going to really be stepping into your power, who you want to be, who you're meant to be, and feeling very confident in yourself. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. But other than that, I'll see you in my next reading, my love. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.